As promised, I'm going to work through the solutions to last week's homework problems. The first set of problems is concerned with this function. F of x is equal to 3 times x squared plus e to the power x. We're first asked to find the formula of the secant line that runs through two different points. So we're given, we want f of 0 and f of 10. So what's going on here is that the graph of this function is going to look something like this. It's not an amazing picture, but it will do. All I'm doing is I'm picking two different coordinates, and I want to find the formula for the line running between them. So 0 and 10 are going to be my x coordinates. I need to calculate those y coordinates. So f at 0 is going to be 3 times 0 squared plus e to the power 0. That's just going to be 1. F of 10 is going to be 3 times 10 squared plus e to the power 10. And for this problem, let me pull up a calculator off screen here. I'm going to go ahead and calculate this out. I find that e raised to the power 10 is about 22,000. I'm going to add 300 to that, so I get about this number. Let's go ahead and round that to 2 decimal places. So my x coordinates for the first point are going to be 0 and 1. My xy coordinates for the second point are going to be 10 and 22,000 and change. I prefer to use point slope formula. So to calculate the slope, I need the rise over the run. My rise is going to be that 22,000 figure minus 1. The run is going to be 10 minus 0. So difference of y coordinates divided by difference of x coordinates. And the very nice thing about dividing by 10 is that I just need to move the decimal. So I have 22, 3, 2, 5, 4, 7. Because I divided by 10, I move the decimal over. Now I've got 2200 and change. Point slope formula says I need to take y minus y1. So this is a fixed coordinate. This should be equal to m, which is my slope, times x minus x1. So I'm going to make this very simple on myself, and I'll say that the xy coordinates I'm going to use for my point slope formula are just 0 and 1. x1 equals 0, y1 equals 1. Slope is still 2200 and change. And so the solution is going to be y equals 2,232.547 times x plus 1. Now, for part 2, I'm asking us to calculate the derivative of the very same function we had before. F of x equals 3x squared plus e to the power x. So we will need two different rules for calculating this derivative. I can do these separately because they're just added together. For the derivative of 3x squared, I'm using the power rule. I bring down the exponent 2 times 3 is 6. My new exponent is 1 less than I had before, so that will be 6x to the power 1. For the exponential function, e to the x is its own derivative. So this would be the answer to part 2. For part 3, we're going to take the slope from part 1. That was 2200 and change. Yes, 32.547. And we want to solve what value of x has f prime of x equals 2232.547. Now, this is a problem that is difficult, algebraically at least. If I'm asking for 6x plus e to the power x equals 2232.547, it's difficult for me to separate these x's. So for this point in the class, I would actually recommend using a graphing calculator. Use the equation solver on your system to handle this problem. We get x is about 7.7. So those are the first 3 questions.